All right, let's do a review of the possibilities I went over in the last video. So we made, by the way, we made new highs for this year. January was previous high here at 1844. We broke that today, almost to 19 bucks. Basically close to the highs right here. So here are the possibilities going forward. We have three possibilities, I would say. I didn't go over the third one in the last video. I went over all the bullish scenarios. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're currently in a fifth wave. And then that would be the overall first wave. Second possibility is 1, 2. This is a third wave right here. It'd have to go all the way up here to 26 bucks, or no, higher than that. It'd have to go to $34. And then within that, this would be 1, 2, minimum 26. That's the second possibility. That's the ultra bullish possibility where there is no dip down to 11 bucks. So those are the two bullish scenarios, but the first bullish scenario is almost finished. I think the target between like maybe around 20 bucks would be a pretty good target for this overall first wave, about 20 bucks. And then we come back down here to 11 bucks. On this scenario, we don't dip at all. We just go straight up and we head to pretty much to 50 bucks without very many dips. The third scenario, which I didn't go over in the last video, I've said in previous videos though that I really think if I were just looking at this unbiased, my unbiased opinion is that this could be A, B, and C up here. But if that were the case, then that would make this whole thing A, B, and we'd have to come back down again. So that one is not really what you want to see. I guess it would be the same thing though, basically, if this is the first wave. So it's not really that big of a deal. But we might come down farther in that scenario. The market would have to pull back pretty big for that scenario to work out. But the only reason that that scenario makes a lot of sense is because of the timing of this. April 7th to April 29th, that was about 20 days. And then you had this back and forth basically for about a month. So 20 days to a month, and then you're sitting here, we're about a month into this. So timing wise, it actually makes more sense that this is A, B, C. If you take the 1.61 fib of this right here, it says 20 bucks, 1995 could be the target as well. So don't discount that one either. So basically I have two scenarios right around 20 bucks where it hits there and then pulls back hard, 1 to 11, the other one potentially back down here to the lows. And then the third scenario is the ultra bullish one where we go straight up here to 26 bucks. And that's the only scenario where we don't dip. That's the only scenario. So yeah, we'll see which one happens. We zoom in here and look at the smaller time frames. If this is the 5-wave move, then of course this is the 4th wave right here. And then we can go in here and look at this ultra extended 5-wave move, which if I was projecting this, it would have ended a long time ago. It would have been 1, 2, 3, 4. We probably would have ended somewhere up in here, like 16 to 17 bucks into that box I originally had. But for some reason, I think the reason for this happening is because of the fact the way people are probably playing the stock. I think a lot of people are probably selling covered calls up here. A lot of people are taking profits. And so the market runs against the majority. So what happens when everyone takes profit and sells covered calls? It goes higher. So those long-term investors actually benefit the most because they're not worried about the short-term movement at all. And so you have to know that psychologically, SOFI always moves at the end of the cycle. It always moves hard for that reason. So that's something that I've noticed. It happened back here as well. We came all the way down here to 13 bucks. even before that, it ran hard, but 13 bucks, and we went up here to 1836 in about 2 weeks. So we're kind of in that same area. Let's go ahead and go over the short-term count. So the third wave ended right here. We got the fourth wave right here, and then this really extended fifth wave. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. I think that this is a very shallow fourth wave. And then when I'm looking at this final move, it could be finished, but it looks to me like this is probably a fourth wave. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, A, B, C, 4. Maybe it comes down a little bit more. And so I'm either looking for one more move up to 20, or that was the top. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell the count right here. And when you get down under like 15-minute time frame or the 5-minute time frame, that's when you start looking at these counts and potentially getting them wrong. And so the two scenarios I see from here are this is the top, or we're going to go up here to 20 bucks. So it's hard to say because it keeps on extending. But you have no resistance up here until 22.71. And the higher it goes, the more likely it's going to end up being that extended scenario where we go to 26 bucks. So we'll see how it goes. This is how they trap you. They make the stock go crazy at the very end of the move. People already sell covered calls. And then here you are. We've gone from 14 to almost 19 bucks in like a couple weeks. So those are the three scenarios I see. That is a short-term count I see as well. It's probably in the final stages of this count, of this 5 waves, starting back here on April 4th. We are now up about 125%. More than that, 130, 140%. So, yeah, look for one more move higher, more than likely, unless it keeps on extending. Again, it could keep on extending. And look for a pullback. Probably, I would say this can go all the way into OPEX in July, though. So this might be long and drawn out. Is it possible I'm wrong about this being the third wave right here? This might just be the third wave right here, and I might be wrong about that. So you might be looking at it like this. It's kind of hard to tell on this time frame. If you draw a parallel line, it would say this is for sure the third wave. Fourth wave. Question is this the fifth wave of the third wave? Or is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, third wave? We do that. So I'm just going to say be careful up here. If you're a long-term investor, obviously it doesn't really matter. We made all-time highs. The goal has been fulfilled if you're looking at this as a wave 1. If you are staying in right now, you're hoping that we go straight to 26 bucks. But again, we are way overextended. Way overextended. And another thing that I've noticed too is we have some pretty bad bearish divergence now on the weekly. Look at this. RSI was at 90 here. We've now made new highs with RSI at 70. That's some pretty wicked bearish divergence. And so, yeah, you got to be careful up here. We'll see what happens. I would say if you're trading, I would say if you haven't taken profits, I'd probably take some profits. If you're a long-term investor, then sit back, relax. Doesn't really matter because you're probably just going to add if we pull back here to 11. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it right now. Those are the three scenarios I see playing out. And that's it for now. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next video.